Yeah, hello. Welcome back to the grind. And I'm on this thing here. What did I forget what I did. Must have finished cleaning up the inside of it, and then we've got the front. Oh, the front. Well, like last time I was on that steering box, and that's fixed. So this time here, I needed to get the steering. What do they call it? It's called. There's a name for it. I'll think of it soon. Need to get that fixed, and then also get the exhaust put together. So exhaust is put together. Well, 99%. I need a new 3-inch clamp for the front of it there, because the one that came from our friends over in Chinesium wasn't good enough to. It didn't work. Not strong enough. Anyway. Snow here today. It's nice and it's warm here today. Well, reasonably warm. It's getting cool now. But it's supposed to be warm today and then warm for part of tomorrow. So I wanted to get this finished and out of the shop so that I can put this Porsche back into the shop and get my lawnmower out of the snowbank too. And I'll do that tomorrow morning. So anyway, that's all for this truck for a while, because I won't be using it for the winter. There's a couple of little things I'll likely do one day if it's a warm day or during the winter, but for now it can just sit right there and be happy for the winter. So hope you enjoyed this little bit of a series on this truck. It seems to be okay. I haven't got it. I'm gonna get it. I haven't got it inspected. I will in the spring get it inspected. There's no point in getting it done now, because I'm not going to be using it until springtime. But I think it's a good truck now. So hope you enjoyed it all. And if you're watching on this stuff, if you enjoy this stuff, there's playlists for all these. Like there's a playlist for this truck. There's a playlist for that Porsche over there. There's a playlist for that Volkswagen van. There's a playlist on the E26, which is hidden in there, and a playlist for the BMW E10 hidden in there. Oh, Triumph TR7, Hovercraft. There's all sorts of playlists. So if you like watching this stuff, just take a look at the playlists on the channel and you might enjoy it. Okay, see you later. Have fun. Bye. Yeah, so the name for that thing in the front there is a drag link, or center link or drag link. It hooks up the two tie rod things to the steering box. Okay. There, I knew it would come to me eventually. Yeah, here I am. Back at it. And then, first task today is seam sealer. See if I can get all these seams sealed up. I'm just using brush-on seam sealers from something or other. Dominion Sure Seal Limited. I'll open that up and we'll give it a go. Yeah, here we go. This is gray in color. And it just brushes on. It hardens pretty good. Well, not hardens, but I guess harden is a good name. When it finishes hardening, or getting reasonable hard, I'll put another coat of paint over the top of it, make it look reasonable, I hope. Oh well, wipe that off later. I gotta go all the way back here into this stuff at the back. But likely you've got the idea. Hey, I'll wipe off the seam sealer off of this. Wipe the seam sealer off the bottom. Yeah, there, that's all sealed up. Well, as well as it's going to be. That'll help some on the rust department. I gotta go over and do the other side. I'll do that right now. And another thing I've been forgetting to do is to fill up the rear differential with fluid, or with oil. I've got it about half full, so I'll fill it up. I'll get my gear and fill it up. Yeah, so I filled up that. I don't know if that's, it needs a new seal at the front here, but I'm not going to do that yet. It likely also needs a new, whatever this thing is. What do you call that? A U-joint, right? There's a grease nipple there. I can grease it and see what happens. Means I have to turn the wheel over a couple. Then this whole thing here is a little bit bad. Where was I at? Anyhow, exhaust pipe. Vivor sells an 2-inch, this is 2.5-inch pipe, so 2.5-inch pipe, 8 pieces for $132. It's got most of these curves and stuff, so I just will cut out what I need. I think that up here is okay. I'll check it all. I just replace that to there to there. Where am I? Here to there. That might be okay. See what I can come up with. And this looks like it's past its prime. Maybe I can get some grease into that nipple there. I'll see. And I'll look at the front end of it too. Okay. Yeah, so this part here was all bent in, and then the light wouldn't sit in there properly. So these tabs are broken. You can get these on the line for like $50 for something, but they work fine for now. And so I straightened this out a bit with a hammer and dolly, and couldn't get inside to push this way, but I was able to take the crease out of it this way, and that made inward. That made it so this sits in there properly now, and it doesn't wiggle around. This side here is okay because it was never broken. That's what it should look like. This is what it does look like. So there's a bend right there that has to come out. I'll see if I can do that sometime. Not right today. Then the next thing I'm going to do is put it back up on the jack stands. So I'll do the front end first, because this end here is in park and it won't roll off. Put it on jack stands there, and then put it on jack stands back here. And then I can, number one, grease that, put it in neutral and grease that nipples on the drive shaft. Maybe some grease will go in there. That might keep that U-joint going for another few days. And then I can also get the front wheel off to be able to start disassembling this thing here that I talked about the other day. Anyway, that's what I'll do. Oh, dirt. Anyhow, I greased that, and you can see the brown stuff coming out. The one of the don't know whether it got all the way through everything, but anyhow, it's better than it was, I'm sure. And this a bit of a bend or dent in the drive shaft right here and right here. Wonder what that's from. Guess we'll find out once we start driving it. And if it, yeah, it looks like it's got a bit of a wow to it. Might have to get a new drive shaft for it sometime. We'll wait and see. Okay, now I'm going to go up to the front there and see if there's one up front. Yeah, there is a grease nipple up here, but I'm going to wager a guess that it has never ever been greased, because this won't fit on there. It's likely supposed to have an angle on that to come in from this side here. Anyway, that's the way that is, right? These are going to need to be replaced sooner than later anyhow, so I'll just carry on. This has got a bunch of frost on the bottom of it. I wonder why. Maybe, well, it's warmed up today. Anyway, that's okay. Okay, now I got to do some painting here. I forgot to paint this bit here, and I didn't seam seal it from above, and I ran out of seam sealer, so I'll just paint it up. Okay. I'll get the paint out and start working on it. Yeah, there I've painted all over that seam sealer there with the blue paint, and that'll just seal up the seam sealer, right? Okay, so it'll be hard, not sticky on the top. Same on this side here. You can't really see it very well here, but and then I also did the underneath. No light down there, so I'm not going to go. Now that's about all I'm going to do today, because, well, not really all I'm going to do. This at the back of the truck here, I've got this thing here which works. This thing here which isn't there for the license plate light. But I do have this thing here which is what it used to be, right? And I've got a light here that is a sealed light. So I think I'll go on the 3D printer and see if I can make a thing that looks something like that. And we'll hold that light in there and point it in the right direction, just for fun. Okay, see you later. Okay, time to fix the exhaust pipe, right? I pulled this is the tailpipe out of the truck, and it was all, that part there isn't much good. Up to here, up to about here is needing fixing. The rest is nice and solid. That thing there. Yeah, it looks all. Let me get nice wire pliers. So this part here, see that just squishes so easy, and it squishes easy there. That part there is solid. No need to replace that. So I'll replace it from here down. And I've got this kit from Vivor. It's got all sorts of pipe and all sorts of angles, and it's just that way I've got spare pipe around. But from about here to about there needs doing. So that's what I'll attempt to do here. Yeah, so I've taped this back together, and that's the piece that I'm trying to replicate here. So this one here I have to cut off here. I just wrap a piece of tape around it so I have a nice straight line to cut on, and then I'll cut it off with the wheel. Hang on. I was going to film that, and I forgot to turn on the camera. Anyhow, that's turned. That's cut. Another little piece I cut there earlier, but it was the wrong spot. So now I just peel the tape off it again, and we'll see how things get together. I'll show you when I get it back mocked up. Yeah, that's pretty close to where I've got to be. I'm going to cut that right here for starters. I may have to trim it back a bit more, but we'll give it that for starters, and then I'll go out and see if I can mock fit it up on the truck. Maybe put a couple of little welds in it to hold it in place, and then bring it back here and weld it across. Yeah, so there it is. Haven't tacked anything yet. Just got a rope holding back here, and I'm going to maybe cut another 3/4 inch off of that end of it up here, and I'll tack those two pieces where they are, take it in, cut that 3/4 inch off, and see how things fit then. Yeah, there, that's all welded on, hot. And now I'll just make this tab on the weld on the back pipe here again, a little bit of a thing like that, and a hole in it. Okay, there, I've got it in the place and pretty solid. Down here it's going to be like I've got this bolt in here that'll hold that onto the clamp there. It looks exactly the same as it did before. I think it's in the right place. Everything looks okay to me. And I just put a tack on that hanger on the whatever you call that, on the pipe, so that it's hanging in the right spot and at the right height. Okay, someday I'll need a new muffler, but for now I think I'll weld that on there. Go get my helmet and do it. Yeah, here we go. Maybe if I can find my welder. Wrap around every cord you can find. Yeah. Well, pretty tough welding there. I'll have to move it. Yeah, so got that about halfway welding around, then quit for the night. But it's coming along. I'll get it welded on and then start the truck and see if it makes any difference. I don't think it'll make any difference in the noise because the mufflers, it's on the back side of the muffler. Okay, give me a couple of minutes. I'll do some more welding. Well, here it's running. Looks like there's a hole there. Better check into that. Oh, I might have to get a new muffler for it. Oh dear me. Where's my... Funny, I didn't see that before. But, you know, you never see everything at once. What's happening with that hole there? I can't move. There we go. 1 step forward, 5 steps back, right? Oh dear. Yeah, there you go. A little bit of progress anyhow. That's the oh dear. Windshield, the light for this and a light for that, so both sides are working. And that's just that'll stay on there, okay. Anyway, leave that for now. I'm pretty sure that'll meet the inspection all right. Now, I think what happened over on the other side there, I did so much rattling around with that muffler that it broke the front end free. Oh, and look at this. There's something shouldn't be going on. Looks like a fuel leak. Oh, everything happens at once. Okay, better shut it off. Anyway, won't be doing any welding here now, eh? What is this going on here? Not a big surprise. I think it's right up here. I don't know what that is. Oh, the brake liners. Right up there, it's likely leaking. Well, I guess I'll check into that. That's no good. Yeah, 5 steps back. 1 step forward, 5 steps back. Yeah, it looks like I broke that loose when I was doing all that playing around with it. Oh well. I'll see what I can do about getting a new muffler on it. Hey? Anyway, that's okay. All right, carry on. Oh, okay, now that's enough for this one for the day, because I want to let all that gas evaporate and not be a fire hazard anymore. Cleaned up most of my tools and just we'll let it be. The exhaust pipes like 20. The exhaust muffler is 24 inches long, give or take a bit, and then it's got 2 or 3 inches at each end, but that shouldn't make any big difference because I can make that long. If it's shorter than that, that's fine. 3-inch inlet and a 2-inch outlet. I'll go and see what I can find on that, and then just do some stuff in here on the other car. Or one thing I want to do is teach myself how to TIG weld properly. I think I have the doings for it here. That welder there, that it will do TIG welding, and it will do it, let me see, how can I say this? It'll do TIG welding, and it won't, oh dear me, it's got the right frequencies for just about everything, aluminum included. That's what I was trying to say. Anyhow, I'll do a little bit of self-teaching on that, and it's warmer in here. In another couple of days it'll be warmer outside. Whoops, there you are. Another couple of days be warmer outside, and we'll be able to go and do some more work out there. It's too cold right now anyhow. Okay, I tried, and I'm just not a TIG welder. You know, maybe I don't have the patience for it, or I don't know. But I did get, like, I've got the torch a number of times, and it's very difficult to, you know, touch TIG this thing. And maybe if I had a better setup, it would work for me. But right now, it does not work, and I just can't seem to, like, I have one hand. I need 2 hands just to hold the torch, and then how would you add stuff to it, right? So maybe I need my elbow on something. I think that's what they do, is they put their elbow on something and weld it. So I'm going to stick to MIG welding, and won't worry about the TIG welding. Maybe I'll try some more sometime when I have more patience. Well, I have lots of patience, but I'm just not getting anywhere very fast. I think it just takes an awful lot of practice, right? Yeah, 1 step forward, 5 backwards. So let's see what happens with this fuel leak that was down here. Let's see if I can get down underneath here. Hang on a second. Alright, got a nice piece of cardboard. I cleaned up all the yuck that had fallen, and I think it was in here. I think it's the return fuel line that was leaking, but I'm not sure. Which would be this one right here, eh? That sure looks like what it was leaking. Let's have a good look at that. Hang on, I got too many things in my hands. Now that's pointing straight down at me. There, that's better. That might have been this thing here leaking, right? It's all pretty crusty back here. This must be the vacuum thing. I think this is what was leaking. Somewhere here. Yeah, because that one there looks like it's pretty... Whoops. Don't know what the hell goes on here, but it doesn't look that great an idea. Maybe just this hose is leaking, eh? Maybe it just needs a new hose. We'll just light up the fuel pump for a second and see where it comes out of. Yeah, there, it didn't take much to make it leak. Right at that junction with the hose there, I think. Oh, you see, this is an old one of those things where they whatever you call that, had a connector there, and they've taken it out, put this piece of hose there. I imagine it's that hose that's the problem, because this part here looks okay, but I can just replace that hose. I've got some high pressure hose in the other place, so that's pretty simple fix, which I will do right away. Yay. I thought it was going to be worse than that, but as it turns out it's not. Okay, let me get some doings and we'll fix that. Yeah, so Here's something I found out. Remember I was talking about these holes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, there's towing mirrors that Dodge sold as a you know, one of the options on these trucks, and they were great big things that came out about here somewhere for towing trailers and stuff. And this truck was equipped with them from the factory, it looks like, and then change them over to this thing here. So what I'll do is I'll grind those off and then weld all those holes up, I suppose, and make it back to normal. Well, that was a factory thing. So here, anyhow, back to what's on hand here. 300 psi rubber hose, couple of clamps, and I'll take that stuff apart. There, I'll just see if I can get it apart here. Give a minute finding the right thing for here. Always got the right one in my hand, except for when I don't. That one's bigger than that one. See what happens with this. That's the right one there. If it unturns, yeah. There we go. Might have to go get a knife, I think, to get this off of here, but we'll just see what happens here first. Ah, come on. Whoops, moved you around there, didn't I? Anyhow, I'll get this off of here and I'll come back to you. Yeah, there, it's apart. That and that. These things both turn, and that turns, and this will turn inside that pipe there, but I think the seal is good. So anyhow, I'll just put a piece of rubber hose on those two and then put new clamps on it and see how things work out. There, where am I? Right here. I'm gonna go up and turn on the fuel pump, see what happens. Yeah, still leaking somewhere here. I wonder where. It seems to be right here. Does that just need tightening, that? I don't know. This thing here bad? Maybe I just gotta take that off of there. Maybe it's bad right there, hey? Okay, more to go. I don't know, can you see this? Maybe, maybe not. There's a hole in it right there. So that would be your problem. Right there. Yeah, there, I've got that hose clamped on there pretty darn tight. I can't get it to pull off at all, so I think it's good. We'll just see. Don't see anything leaking there yet. I'll start it up and see what happens. Such time as I'm really confident in it, then it will break off. Now, I'll see if I can get this connecting arm, that thing from here to there off. First I got to pull out those two those pillar bolts. Look pretty bad. Anyway, pull out those two tie rods. Then from there we'll see what we have to do. Yeah, one tie rod out. See if we can get another tie rod out. Yeah, there's two of them out. Now let's see if I can get these top bolts out here and get the rest of it out. Okay, working on it. Yeah, so this came from Amazon. Wrong part. It doesn't have, like, it's got those, but it doesn't. Oh, you can't chew on that, Doug. You have to send it back. Hey, I have to send that back. Anyway, wrong part. I'll send it back. That's disappointing, but I guess I'll just see if I can get the rest of this off of here. Might as well while I'm at it. And then see if I can find that right part. Oh well, there you go. Yeah, I got them all apart except for this last one here, so let's have that. I'll go with this. Maybe you can follow along. Hang on, I'll get the tools and everything. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be mostly my posterior in the way here, but we'll see what we can do. There's a split pin in here, right? See if we can get it out of the way. Yeah, the split pin's still in there. See if I can get it around and get it to come out. There we go. That's off. Now, this thing here is kind of a dangerous looking tool, isn't it? Certainly works. There we go. That's out. Yeah, I see. Let me just show you here. I want to check the number one. I want to check this. That's plenty good. No play in that at all. And the tie rods seem to be okay. So, but this thing here, see this end here is okay. You can't move it, but this end here has lots of play in it. So it needs replacing. Now, the piece that came was only a short one that had these two ends, but not the middle bits. So, got to see if I can order a new one. That's about as far as I can get with this today. Maybe I could also take the muffler off. I've got muffler bits coming. See what time it is. Okay, see those? Well, where are you? Here I am. Light in your eye. I'm upside down. Clamp there. I'm just going to cut them off. See if I can get this piece off of here. Maybe cut it. And then take the whole thing into the whole part back there off before I cut anything free. Guess it doesn't matter. I can cut that out down there at the muffler side, right? Then I can take that tailpipe off and do what I have to do there. Okay, I'll see if I can get this end off here first. Yeah, so got the big guns out and just cut it off of there. Now this end here, I'll get the whole thing out of here, then I'll detach it from there. Yeah, there, that's off. And that's off. So that's about all I can do today. I'll get this free off of here. We'll just cut it right there, and that will be a new fresh start there. Okay, yeah, there we go. Got all that bubble gum off there anyhow, and we'll do a better job on the next go round. Hey, lots of penetration, so it was all right. Anyway, there you go. That's it for this one today. So we'll carry on with it next time. Got every wheel off except for one. If the front ones are pointing opposite directions. Oh well. So see how it goes. Okay. This showed up today. It's for the Dodge 100, W100, and it's called Drag Link, right? And it comes with a couple of new cotter pins and a couple of grease zerks. So I'll just stick them in, and then we'll take it over and see if I can put it on the truck. Okay, getting this thing, the Drag Link, into place down below here. Oh! Where am I? Okay. That side is in place. This one here is ready to go. I just have to put the nut on. Maybe it's gonna be a two-handed operation here. It's cold out here today, so I've got my winter suit on. Is that looking anywhere near the right place? I don't know. Can't tell. I want to be looking around here somewhere. More up. Right there. There it is, right there. Okay. Nut with a castle on it. I've got two new, whatever you call those things, for holding it together. That's good there. Now, see if I can get this tie rod onto that part right there. Oops, it's gonna fall over. That part right there. Might take some finagling. Yeah, you fell over. Okay. Hang on. Yeah, pretty bad lighting, but anyhow, I've got this set of pliers here holding it so I can take a wrench and tighten it, and it seems to be doing all right. Because it's a tapered fit in there. And then oh, come on. Okay. I think that's pretty tight. Okay. Except that I have to turn it a bit more to get the, whoops, have to turn it a bit more to get the thing out. What do you call that thing? Cotter key spot. The cotter key spot right there. Maybe, oh yeah, the cotter key will fit through there. That's tight. Okay. Good. Now this one here, I won't tighten that down yet. Now I have to go to the other side. Have to get the old cotter key out of here. Somehow or other. So that's the other one. I just drilled it out a bit and then was able to push it through the rest of the way. So I'll try that again here. Yeah, I used up just about every drill bit I have opening that thing up. Wonder where my little light went. Here, I'll show you. Hang on. Oh, boy. Oh boy, oh boy. You can see through it though now. There. Well, that's likely too bright. Anyway, I grinded it off a bit and then I drilled from this side. Whoops, drilled from this side in the wrong place. Hey, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, anyhow. Yeah, there it is, all cotter keyed up. So that one is in and that one over there is in. And I didn't change any of the settings for the alignment, so hopefully it's reasonably well aligned. And here's the other side. You can see both of them there. Okay, good. Yay. That was hard work. The hardest part was getting that cotter key out of the other side. Oh well. Now I'm out here in the cold shop, so I've got my, I don't know, can you see, snowsuit on, hey? Anyway, I bought this snowsuit in 1995 to go to the Arctic. Yeah, there we go. Wheels are back on it. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be all right. Move this out of the way. That's the old one. Haven't decided what to do with that yet. Then I'll let down the big door, and that'll be it for today in here. Just waiting for exhaust bits to show up. I ordered a new muffler. I've got all the connectors there, so that'll be that. Okay, off with the lights and away I go. Yeah, the sun's shining and it's a nice warm day, and you know, above zero. So it's time to get the muffler onto that. I can work underneath it. I've got it in here. Now if you remember, yeah, you like you do because it's just a minute ago for you. Anyhow, the old muffler came off and I cut the pipe here. So I have to extend this by like 6.5 inches, and then it'll go onto the new muffler and that'll be fine. I've got to just clean that up a bit there, and I think that's the only place. Then build a bit of a thing there. Yeah, there, that's an extra 6.5 inches on from here to here. And now I just put this clamp on temporary to hold that tight. I'm going to put a couple of tack welds in there. Tack weld, tack weld, tack weld. Then we'll weld that thing up. I think we got it okay. All right, I've got the little tiny welder out here, which is just the MiG 145 flux core thing, right? Yeah, there. Now I'm going to take this, that's hot, and put it on the back of the muffler, and then figure out where it should be lying, tighten this up on it, and then bring the muffler and everything back in here. I'll put a couple of magic marker marks on it, I think, but bring it all back in here and then put it back, put it together, tack it together, make sure it fits, bring it back again, and then the only place where there'll be a clamp is at the front of the muffler. We'll see. Okay, there it is on there. Now see if I can get this to go into the truck and see if it lines up. If it doesn't, I just cut those tacks off of there and redo it again. Yeah, so now does it fit? Let's have a look here. It does so. Yeah. I've got it hanging that way so that it goes a straight shot to that, and then that is about the same angle it used to be. This hanger here's got it hung, this hanger here's got it hung, and then there'll be a clamp on there. I'll weld this, and that clamp there won't be there. I'll weld that all up, so it'll look pretty good, we hope. And it may be able to get the exhaust to go right through, hey? So I have to take it all off again, which is just undo that clamp and undo it at the back there. There's a bolt holding it, and then pull it down. Yeah, so flux core welding isn't as neat as gas welding, but it works all right for this kind of stuff. There we go. Yeah, so I ran out of wire. I had to put another reel of wire on the machine. So we'll get back at it here. That flux core stuff gets dust everywhere, like all over your shield and everything. Okay, so I welded this end on it here. This is a 2.5 to a 3-inch thing, because the 3-inch pipe comes out of the catalytic converter and then it goes to 2.5 for the tailpipe. Don't know why, but I guess that's okay. This is all welded up. I'm pretty sure that's not going to leak anywhere, and that's going to be good. This one here is good because it was running before and there's no leaks showing. So I'll go and see if I can get it out of the car now. I've got a clamp for the front, one 3-inch clamp goes on there. I'll get it on and show you what's going on. Yeah, that clamp isn't much good. It didn't hardly clamp it at all, so I'll get I'll get a new clamp and put it on there, but for now it's okay. And I'll tighten up the thing at the back. I have an exhaust system. Wonder what it sounds like. I wonder if it sounds any better than it was. Let's see if it'll start. Been sitting in the cold here for days and days and days. Don't even know if the battery's hooked up. Is it? Yeah, the battery's hooked up. See if it runs. Oh, it's got to be the shittiest muffler clamp on the planet. Oh well, suppose I could just weld it up around there. I'd sooner have a clamp on it. Oh well, see if I can find a better clamp for it. It'll do for today. Here's the thing for the fuel line. There's a little seal in there, and I'll just see if I can get that on. It's made by, this is a Dorman thing. It was, the other one had a hole in it right there, but we'll put this one on it and just see how it works. Okay, so the goal for today was to get this truck out of here so I can get the Porsche back in and get my lawnmower back in here. I think mostly everything's out of the way here. Can drive it out. I'll just close the hood. Hopefully it opens again someday. Move this stuff out of the way. I think we're clear. Put up the window here. And I'll just park it over there. Then I'll bring in the Porsche tomorrow. I won't. It's going to be warm tomorrow morning, so I'll just bring that in tomorrow morning. See how things are here. Yeah. Now, all this stuff here, which is pending to get put back together on the go down there, right? Oh, just making a mess, am I? Okay. I think everything works here, but we'll see. That fuel thing was the wrong size, so I just took it back off again, and I'll see if I can find the right size. Everything seems to work. Oh, oops. Something falling down inside the cab. Yeah, brakes work. Tires spin. Yeah, of course they spin. Now if I park it here, it's liable to be here for the winter, but that's all right. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. Anyway, let's have a gander at that, because I think we're done for this video on this one, right? Yeah, so the goal was to get it outside, make room in there for the rest of the stuff, and it might just be happy to live there for the winter. Maybe I'll move it ahead a little bit more. I'll get a proper thing for down underneath there, and I'll see if I can find the proper fuel connection. It's 8.25 millimeters, and the one I got was 9.5 millimeters, so too big. Anyway, let's just move it ahead another few inches. It's not a winter truck anyhow, so I won't. There, that'll be fine. Oh, look at that. Radio works. Who knows? I wonder if the radio does work. No, no speakers. Okay, all right. That's off. That's good. Put that window up and see you in the spring, right? In the springtime I'll get it inspected and stuff like that. Use it in the summertime. Okay. Until I get used to it anyhow. Okay, so there. That's another episode done. It's getting pretty dark out now. Exhaust system is 99% okay, and the fuel system is 99% okay. All the lights work, everything, and the front end is back together the way it's supposed to be, as far as I can tell, and steering feels pretty tight, so I guess we're okay. I may move it up there and put it up out of the way of the snowblower so I don't blow snow all over it all the time, or I may not. Maybe just leave it there, because just work around it. Okay, tomorrow I'll put that Porsche back into there, and that'll be that. Yep, December, and the snow came a little bit early this year, and it was awfully cold for a few days, but now it's okay. Just around freezing, like zero or 1 degree centigrade, 32 Fahrenheit. And I got a dog, right? There's a dog. Haven't been down for a couple of days. Burning a pile of debris left over from Fiona. Some of it, and some of it just blow down stuff. Anyway, it's a pretty day at the beach today. Sun sparkling on the water. Crows are in the top of the tree. Gone. Okay, and another one. 3 crows. Oh. Anyway, they're seeing what they can get to eat down here on the beach.